The first time I saw her, she looked like a shadow etched against the silver-blue dunes of the dead world. Her figure was tall, almost regal, but there was something strange about her presence. It wasn't just her height or her flowing silver hair that shimmered under the alien starlight. It was the way the sands themselves seemed to avoid touching her, parting gently as if respecting an ancient force. My name is Kale Duran. I was a salvage pilot, wandering forgotten systems and abandoned colonies in search of wreckage worth selling. The planet, Terra 4, had been abandoned centuries ago after its atmosphere collapsed. Only scavengers and ghosts wandered here. Or so I thought. When I landed, my sensors picked up unusual energy spikes coming from beneath the sand, near the ruins of a city swallowed by time. That was where I found her. She wasn't a hologram. She wasn't a machine. She was alive. And she wouldn't let me leave. The first encounter. I had set up a temporary camp among the skeletal remains of towers. The structures looked melted, their surfaces warped as if by unimaginable heat. My ship's AI, Laura, kept warning me about unstable magnetic fields, but I pushed forward. Energy meant value, and value meant survival. That was when I saw her. She stepped out from the ruins without a sound, her eyes glowing faintly gold. Her skin had a luminescence, smooth and ageless, like polished crystal. She wore garments that looked older than any civilization I knew, woven from threads that shimmered like starlight. "You should not be here," she said, her voice calm, melodic, yet carrying a weight that made my knees weak. I froze, hand hovering near my blaster. "This world's abandoned. Who are you?" She tilted her head, studying me like one might study a strange insect. "I am Iliera. I am what remains." Before I could respond, she raised her hand, and my ship, resting behind me, powered down completely. Every light died. Every system failed. It wasn't possible. "You are not leaving," Iliera whispered. I thought it was a threat. Later I would learn it was something else entirely. The prison of starlight. For days, or what felt like days, she kept me in the ruins. She never tied me, never locked me in a cell, but somehow I couldn't leave. Every attempt to return to my ship ended the same way. I would find myself back among the broken towers, disoriented, as if space itself had looped around me. "Why are you keeping me here?" I demanded once, my voice hoarse from shouting. Her eyes, luminous pools of sorrow, softened. "Because you are the first in 1,000 years to step into this place, and I cannot bear for you to vanish like the others." "The others?" She turned away, looking toward the horizon where twin moons hung like pale eyes. "They came. They all left. They all died. Time consumes everything but me." Her words lingered. She was lonely. Not dangerous, at least not in the way I first thought, but desperately, achingly alone. Still I couldn't accept it. I was a wanderer, a drifter of the stars. Staying here meant death, no matter how ageless she was. A glimpse of her past. On the fourth night, I followed her through the ruins. She moved like a phantom, graceful and silent, her bare feet never stirring dust. She stopped at the heart of the city, where a vast crystalline spire jutted out of the ground like the broken tooth of a god. "This was once my home," she said softly. "A city of immortals. We were the Elithar, a people who bound our life force to the fabric of the cosmos. We could not age. We could not die. We thought ourselves eternal. What happened?" I asked despite myself. She touched the spire, and an image bloomed in the air. A memory projected from the crystal. I saw a city of radiant beings, glowing streets, towers stretching into the sky. And then fire. An endless storm of burning meteors tearing through the atmosphere. The Elithar fought back with impossible energy weapons, But the storm didn't end. It swallowed the sky, burning civilization to ash. They called it the eternal rain, Eliera whispered. It lasted for a century. I alone endured. You survived. I was cursed to survive, she said, turning to me. Every Elithar carried the spark of immortality. But when the storm came, something in the cosmos twisted. Their sparks were extinguished. Mine was not. I was left to wander this world while centuries turned to dust. Her voice cracked. For the first time I saw the pain behind her beauty. She wasn't just lonely. She was broken. The bond. The days stretched. Despite my desire to escape, I began to talk to her. At first out of frustration, then out of curiosity, and eventually out of something else. She told me stories of her people, of the stars they had once ruled, of songs that could shape matter and dreams that could fuel engines greater than suns. At night, when the cold winds howled, she would sit close to the dying embers of my fire, her golden eyes reflecting the flames. I asked her once why she stayed near me when she had no need for warmth. Because you remind me of life, she said simply. Something in her gaze unsettled me. Not because it was alien, but because it was familiar. Longing, hope, and a fear of being abandoned. One evening, she placed her hand over mine. Her skin was warm, impossibly smooth, carrying a faint hum like energy coursing beneath it. You do not understand, she said, her voice trembling for the first time. I cannot let you go. Because you are not just another wanderer. You carry the spark. He frowned. The spark. She leaned closer, her face inches from mine. The same light that once bound my people. It burns inside you. You should not have it. And yet you do. The truth revealed. Her words haunted me. I thought she was mistaken, until the night I cut my palm while repairing a scanner. The wound sealed almost instantly. Not like a human wound. It was faster, smoother, as though my body refused to allow harm. I confronted her, demanding answers. Eliera's expression was one of sorrow and guilt. Long ago, when my people still roamed the stars, we seeded fragments of our essence into other races. Experiments, gifts, sometimes weapons. Few survived. Your ancestors must have carried it down to you. That is why you heal. That is why I cannot let you leave. Because I'm like you. Because you are all that remains of my kind. The realization struck me harder than any storm. She wasn't keeping me here out of malice. She was clinging to the last thread of her people, afraid that if I left, she would lose everything all over again. Choice. Weeks passed. My ship remained powerless, and truth be told, I stopped trying to fix it. Some part of me had grown attached to her strange serenity and endless stories. But the wanderer in me still yearned for the stars. One night, under the twin moons, Eliera stood before me. Her eyes glistened as though holding back tears. You are restless, she said. I see it in you. The stars call to you as they once did to me. But if you leave, I will be alone again. I swallowed hard. And if I stay, her lips trembled. Then perhaps I will no longer be immortal. Perhaps I will finally feel time. Because with you, Kael Duran, I feel alive again. Silence hung between us. The decision clawed at me. To stay was to give up the stars. To leave was to condemn her to eternal solitude. But before I could answer, the ground trembled. A storm unlike any I had seen lit the horizon, an echo of the eternal rain. The sky burned with falling fire. The final battle.